Hey guys, Diana Gill here from the 411. And I just wanted to share with you some thoughts I've been having kind of surrounding digital citizenship, but not just from the classroom perspective, but from also a parent perspective. So I was looking at some seriously vetted, high quality content on the internet in the middle of the night one night. I was scrolling through Facebook, so I'm kidding. And I came across one of those articles that you come across, and it was like, and I'm paraphrasing, I'll try to find the article and link it below. So Gwyneth Paltrow had posted a picture of her daughter, and the picture that I saw was like, they were on a ski trip or something, and Apple had like the ski glasses on, so you couldn't really see a lot of her face. But she posted, Gwyneth Paltrow, like we're friends, posted a picture of her daughter, and her daughter commented on that picture and was like, "Mom, like, we talked about this." Again, I'm paraphrasing. Like, you didn't have my consent to post this. And I have no idea how old Apple is or anything like that. But it got me thinking, as a mom of two young children, I post pictures of them all the time. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't ask them, like, "Hey, are you guys cool with me posting this?" I post pictures of them. Now, I try to be thoughtful about the pictures I choose to post, but I'm not going to guarantee that nothing I've posted will be embarrassing to them later. I'm just trying to keep this real here. But I will say that every once in a while I'll snap a picture, specifically my daughter this happens with. Like, I'll take a picture at home of whatever, and she'll say, "Mom, please don't post that." Like, so she already knows there's this whole, even though she's not involved on it, like, she understands this culture of like posting pictures and sharing, and other people have access to it and stuff. And she'll just say, "Please don't post it." And I won't. I'll respect that. But again, like I'm admitting, I don't ask for permission from them. They're 4 and 6. Not that that makes a difference, but I don't. And so I guess my thought process and bringing this conversation to you guys is to see, do you ask your children if it's okay if you post a picture of them? Do you ask your students if you're cool with it? And I'll say that when I'm in a school taking pictures of students, of course, you always have the conversation to make sure there's not a student there that isn't allowed to be photographed, or parents prefer them not to be photographed. Always ask that question, of course. And I always ask the students, if I'm taking a picture, "Are you guys okay with me putting this on Twitter?" And the students that don't want it, for the most part, they have been, as far as I know, they've been like, "I'm not okay with that," or "Yeah, that's cool." So I ask the question at work. I don't ask it a lot at home, which is interesting. So, when do we honor that? When do we start having those conversations with our children, with our kids at school? Does a parent have a right to post pictures of their own children to capture the memories? Because it's a positive thing. It's not all bad, right? Like, I want my family members to see the experiences my kids are having. And I have family and friends across the country that wouldn't be able to have access to that without the power of social media and technology and all of that. And I can go on and on about like the positive power of all of this too. But where do we draw that line? Where's that balance? Asking those questions, having those conversations with our children. Do parents reserve a right to post pictures of their children? And then what is the age? Is there an age? In terms of service, there's that magic age of 13, right? Where students have to be 13 to have access to different platforms and stuff. So what's a good age to start saying, okay, I'm not going to post any pictures unless I have your consent? So interesting conversation. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. It started off as a late night Facebook scrolling through, and it's an interesting conversation for sure. And I'm going to hop off here, and I'm actually going to show you my computer screen. While we're on the topic of DigCit, I want to show you one of my favorite digital citizenship resources, and it's called Be Internet Awesome. Check it out. Hope you love it. Links below for some additional resources. I'll try to find the article, and I'd love to hear from you guys on what your thoughts are on some of these questions and how you approach it in your classroom and how you approach it in your home, and what are the resources that you're using to have these conversations. So if you navigate to beinternetawesome.withgoogle.com, This will take you to the website that has all of the resources so that you could use these tools in your classroom. Be Internet Awesome is a collaboration between Google and iKeepSafe. And essentially what it is a complete curriculum that was designed for ages 7 through 12 to discuss all kinds of topics within digital citizenship. So I think digital citizenship is a really dynamic topic. And you know, if we feel like I'm not an expert in all things digital citizenship, I'm not sure where to start, you don't have to be an expert, because this kind of lets you explore all of these topics along with the kids, and it's an entire curriculum that you can use as is or modify or, you know, rework in a way that's going to make sense for your students. It's so great. And it is aligned to the ISTE student standards. And if you are in Indiana, like I am, we've even, a group of us worked to align these to the Indiana computer science standards as well. So there's a link below this video. You can get some more information on that. But back to the website here, I'll just quickly show you Be Internet Awesome. So there are 5 fundamentals within the Internet Code of Awesome. So we've got share with care, don't fall for fake, secure your secrets, it's cool to be kind, and when in doubt, talk it out. And so there are activities within each of those 5 fundamentals which will support building those skills in that area for students. And so if you keep scrolling here, here's some more resources. So here is the entire curriculum, which you can download and print off, put in Google Classroom, put in your LMS. There is a pledge that you can take with your class. And there are additional resources. There's classroom posters. There's a cool a cutout activity where you can build these little creatures that you'll see in the game that they'll play. So I mentioned the 5 fundamentals, but beyond the actual curriculum and the activities, there is also a gamified platform called Interland. And Google says it's an online adventure that puts the key lessons of digital safety into hands-on practice with 4 challenging games. And so it's a really cool looking game, and this works on any device because it's browser based. Students don't have to log in with any sort of account to play. And these tools are so great for blended environments, because you could create an activity where there's a number of different stations, and this can be one station. You could have the paper activity where they build this little guy right here at one station. You could have a discussion station with you. So the resources are openly licensed, and they're completely flexible, and they're fun. The students really like this. So there are lots of DigCit resources out there, and this is one of my favorites for sure. So head to beinternetawesome.google.com, and if you want to chat more about this, you could always reach out. I love to talk about this as a resource. And I almost forgot. Okay, and if I navigate over to the Educator tab, this is so awesome too. If I scroll down, you'll see all of the teacher resources here. So you can see the curriculum, the ISTE standards. There's Internet Awesome tips, posters, and here's what I want to highlight though. So Pear Deck collaborated with Google on this initiative to create these Google Slides presentations that have packaged the curriculum that are interactive and ready to use with your students. So I am clicking on one of those resources. It asks me to make a copy, and it's going to make a copy of a Google Slide presentation that works with Pear Deck, which has a freemium version that you can use. And look how nice these look. So again, I could modify these, I can use them as is, and they're ready. They're ready to go with students, to use with students. And so this really makes talking about digital citizenship approachable from your perspective, because you're learning it alongside with the kids with these really high quality resources, and it really does make it manageable. So digital citizenship is not something that we can reduce to just talking about cyberbullying all the time, and we do have a growing responsibility to talk about these things with our students. And I'd be happy to, if you have questions about Be Internet Awesome, it's one of my favorite resources out there, so reach out if you're using Be Internet Awesome, tell us about it. Tell us how you're using it, how your students are responding to it. And if you haven't explored these resources, get in there, try them out with your kids, and I'd love to hear back how it goes. Thanks for watching. That's the 411.